In protest of recent talk of the Supreme Court striking down Obamacare, the president could not accurately argue whether the Supreme Court could strike the law down.
Well, I think it's astonishing that the President of the United States, a former constitutional law professor, couldn't name an appropriate case dealing with the issue of whether the Supreme Court can strike down an act of Congress, an act that involves economic issues.
It makes one wonder what this supposed legal wizard and policy genius was doing when he was supposedly getting educated on these issues.
Then I hear the words of the Rastaman.
Oh yeah, that's what he was doing. So, what else did he flub on this argument?
One case that he did cite was from the wrong era, and he missed a number of other cases that have done exactly that have struck down acts of Congress. It's just simply amazing.
You know, this misunderstanding of the Supreme Court's abilities doesn't reflect well on these elite institutions that our president comes from.
If he had written this kind of answer on a law school exam, he certainly would have failed. I mean, the facts are just, as he put them out there, are just wrong.
Now, you might hear all this talk about lack of legal knowledge and be reminded of a certain vice presidential candidate who was torn down for her lack of legal knowledge back in 2008 and is still being torn down for it today. Sarah Palin.
What other Supreme Court decisions do you disagree with?
Well, let's see. There's, of course, in the great history of America, there have been rulings.
Yes, the left had a field day with the then Alaska governor as she slipped and slided on an answer to a question about Supreme Court cases. Yet the left downplays the slipping and sliding of President Obama.
You know what? It would cost about the same as what we would spend over the course of 10 years. It would cost what it would cost us.
Obama's slips of the tongue are forgiven quickly.
I bowled a 129. It was like Special Olympics.
Is the president really as smooth and smart as we're being told?
Certainly not when he's off the teleprompter, that's for sure. For the president to say that the court striking down an act of Congress is unprecedented is just simply false.
Reporting from Washington, Frank McCaffrey.